Good morning, Steve Freed in Chicago with the USDA numbers and the market reaction. I think the USDA pretty much did exactly what the market had anticipated, except they kept the 18-19 corn carryout unchanged. So they raised feed usage and export numbers and lowered a little bit ethanol. So they still have a carryout of 1552, and I think some people would kind of say that might be a little low considering they're still using a 174 yield. But corn prices are up about a nickel. As far as wheat is concerned, they did raise the U.S. all wheat crop to 1881 million bushels, a little bit higher spring wheat crop from last year, and a little bit more as far as, mostly this is spring wheat number. So for the wheat carryout, they moved it up to 985 from 946, and I think that was in line with the trade guess. The surprise in wheat was when they lowered the European wheat crop, the Russian crop, and took the carryout down to 261 million tons globally versus 266. That's still a lot of wheat, but the trend could help wheat, and wheat futures were up 1.12 cents and are now up 7 cents. But the USDA did push their pencil and did come up with some changes in beans, which I would tend to agree with. They increased the carryout in the U.S. to 580 million bushels from 385 by lowering our export numbers. Globally, they increased world exports 98 million tons versus 87 million tons, and they lowered Chinese imports from 103 to 95. So what they're saying is China's going to take less beans next year, and that Brazil is going to export more of it than they thought, and that will cut into U.S. exports. So now, three things. Number one, we got to watch every day any news on trade issues. One comment from a Chinese minister today that they should talk has got the stock market up, it's got copper rallying, it's got livestock rallying, and probably beans would be up if it wasn't for this report. Second thing is the August crop report. The USDA is too low on yields if we don't have any weather issues from here on out. So the main thing is that the corn carryout is going to get bigger, and the worry is the bean crop could even get bigger and the carryout could get bigger. And then obviously the next thing will be just what do we do as far as the money flow is concerned. The ag space right now is not popular, and so that could limit the upside. And we need a weather scare, which we're running out of time in U.S. to bounce prices off this level. And we have some people that think between now and a year from now, if we don't have a weather problem and tariffs are still in place, that we could actually see lower prices from here. As always, these are my thoughts, not those of ADM Investor Services, and have a safe and profitable trading day.